What do you make of this platformization, this idea to be going broader and broader as cyber security companies?
Right, so I think it's a bridge too far. And we've seen the next generation ARR growth of Palo decelerating over a number of quarters recently. And that's because they don't really have a platform at their core business, their network security business. They have platformization, which is a promise, which is a crusade to nowhere. It's a promise that will never materialize. And the extension to a completely new platform, the identity platform, has failed in the past to any pure play security company. I think the only one that pulled it off is Microsoft because they owned the underlying operating system. But customers want a platform-based solution, but they want to choose the network platform, the endpoint security platform, the identity security platform, and the cloud security platform.
And this is a philosophical difference you have, and ultimately why you went out and set up Kato Networks in many ways. And
right.
Boy, you've taken Checkpoint public, you took Imperva public, you're a man who knows how to build businesses. But I'm interested as you build Kato Networks, what is it that you're seeing? Why is it people are still putting money into you when you're not yet a public business?
Right. First of all, because we are growing at 46% year over year. That's our last published results. And we are at the beginning of a huge market. The remaking of the network security market. It's a seismic change. It's interesting that Palo is now expanding beyond that because there's so much work to be done here. It's a $100 billion market that is going to be re-architected in the next 10 years.
Because of AI?
And that's the network security, networking network security, not including everything that AI will bring. So it's really interesting. It's a huge opportunity. It's just the beginning. In the next 3 years, 60% of enterprises are going to start the migration to SASE based on Gartner. Less than 15% have started it. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be 80-90% of that market is going to transform from appliances to SASE. So it's, I think that's why Cato, as the only platform that was built for SASE, actually inventing the category, is continuing to grow so fast. And that's why we are going to be laser focused in the next decade on network security, not identity. And
SASE, for those who aren't completely into the lingo, secure access service edge. Ed.
Exactly. Thank you.
Shlomo, I get the different domains, like CyberArk is in identity security
Right.
and privileged access management, but what you both have in common is the enterprise market. And one of the things I was asking Udi and Nikesh about this morning was how much pressure there is coming from the hyperscalers. You know, think about Google Cloud and its acquisition of Wiz. They have offered more of their own security tools. Are they your competitors?
Not at all. Zero pressure. Microsoft has been at least on the network security side, we see zero pressure. The only player that came in is Microsoft, and we're not seeing them. They definitely do not have the clout on the network side. Another example why different geographies in the organization need different leaders. The network security side, we are not seeing any of the hyperscalers, and I'm not expecting any of them coming in anytime soon.
Put it another way, after a big piece of M&A in your industry, and I appreciate you just raised funds, but do you think that somebody might look at Kato Networks?
I think we are building here a long-term independent player, and that's the goal. And as I mentioned before, this is very early in the game on transforming the network security market, network and network security market from the second generation appliance-based and digitally transforming it to the cloud. This is a 10 years journey that we are excited to embark upon.
10-year journey. Look, you're someone who I said at the start takes companies public. A Series G already worth almost $5 billion. I mean, what are going to be the perfect precision points for then taking this company public?
This is a good question, and we continuously evaluate that. We are a hyper-growth company, so we have options both on the public and the private, and we'll continue to consider both options. I can tell you that we as a company keep a very high level of readiness. So once we decide that this is the right moment, it will not take us a long time to be public.